Good evening. I'm Epstein with your metal market wrap-up, and this wrap-up is for the evening of Monday, the 24th of March, 2025, 6:10 p.m. Central Time. Let's take a look at some data that we're getting out in the morning. You're going to get the Red Book coming out with U.S. retail sales. They've been near 5.5% or so. We'll see if that is the number. The Conference Board coming out with the U.S. Consumer Confidence Index, and that'll be an important number at 9 o'clock. How do we feel about things with all these tariffs and so on? The Richmond Fed's going to update their monthly manufacturing sector index for March, and that'll be at 9 in the morning. And we're going to get new monthly residential sales for February. New home sales are expected at around 679,000. So we'll see if the lower interest rates that we've had for the past 3 weeks or so have done the job in getting that market going. I just saw, KB Homes, and I didn't like their numbers at the end of the day, and they were down 8 to 10% in the aftermarket. So things you got to keep your eye on. When we take a look at the market, I gave a warning yesterday that we could be getting to the point where the buy the rumor, sell the fact is now you start taking money off the table in the gold market because you've had such a phenomenal bull run. And if I expect anything, overall, I think you're going to get confused with the tariffs. And I said that yesterday, and I'm staying with it. The president's job right now is to confuse everybody. He's got delegations coming in from all over the world. They're talking with Lutnick, our Secretary of Commerce, trying to make accommodations so that autos don't get hit as hard, lumber doesn't get hit as hard, and different products from many different places. So will these tariffs be as sweeping as we first thought? Probably not. And that was probably behind the big stock market rally you had today. Yes, you're giving up a little bit, but that is basically what was going on. I'm already watching traders saying the bottom is in. Well, don't know if it isn't one way or the other. I can tell you I got my first technical signal today, and I expected it yesterday. That was why I was warning people that we could be in for a correction in the gold. I didn't say the bull market's over, but you might be in for a correction. So let's take a look and get a feel for it. First off, if the market finished up today, you're at an all-time high close. You were down for the week now. Remember, this is the beginning of a week, $5. Okay, nothing bearish there yet. When we take a look at a chart of the daily bars, you can see that you're in a consolidation phase. Okay, that's not necessarily bearish, but it's also not necessarily bullish right here after this type of spike run. The market does have a pattern of higher lows, but it's on the verge of setting lower highs if the lows of today, Monday, are taken out in Tuesday trade. Number 3, the 18-day average is right here at 29.6560. So far, everything looks good. And the resistance point of the upper Bollinger Band, you've stepped away. You're out of the Gorilla Glue trade. Now, the Gorilla Glue trade, as I call it, a cute term, and I only named it that because, if you go to Home Depot and you look for the strongest glue, traditionally it's Gorilla Glue. I know Flex Glue with that drop's going to hold 3,000 pounds. I wouldn't stand under that thing. Higher lows, higher highs. Okay, let's keep going. What next? This is what bothers me. If we take a look at where we finished today, when the market closed, you had a reading of 78.07. Now, as I come back on those readings, and let me go backwards is the way I want to go here. Both numbers were over 80, both numbers over 80. This is Wednesday, both numbers over 80. That's Tuesday. I can go on and on. All right? But you had your necessary days to embed. It took a while for that to occur. The Gorilla Glue is dragging up the slow stochastic readings to do that. And when that happens, if it takes too long, what takes place is as they embed, they can set you up the wrong way. I've had it happen to me more times than not. You never quite know. But after the fact, with my theory, doesn't mean I'm right. I believe momentum leads price. And when you lose that embedded reading, to me, it's a warning sign. An air raid siren goes off. Get out of all longs. You can always get back in, but get out of longs. That's all it means. You're not correcting it tonight so far, and that's a problem for the market. By the way, let me come back there. Often when this happens, let me see if I can get to it. Often when that happens, if it's not regained before prices make a new high, because you have to have a circuit breaker if you're not right. Okay, and by the way, I'm not saying to you to go short. I am saying there's a very big difference in what I'm saying. I'm sticking out my neck. I think that the market is now in for a correction. How deep, I don't know. But often when this occurs, price and the 18-day average try to make a run at each other. When I look at the gold-silver ratio, we're into a resistance zone. We've been here, we've done that, and the reaction each time has been gold starts losing a little bit to the silver. If we look at the silver, it's already down to its support area of the 18-day average of closes. Gold just lost its bullish momentum. This never embedded. So you're back down to an area to fight for direction. Remember what I teach. The 18-day average of closes is the neutral line. It's the DMZ between north and south. It is where the market often fights for direction. Take a look back here. You can see this. You can go on your chart and look at it, how often it becomes a key number. Copper, you did not lose your embedded reading yet. It could. And if that happens, then just like we're looking at the other markets, I could see markets backing off. Is this an uncertain market? Absolutely. I have no idea what the Trump tariffs on copper are going to be. We know that it's one of the metals that can easily be hit. We import a heck of a lot of it. What about the countries we import from? Do we have a trade deficit with them? Is Trump going to go reciprocal? This has carried this market up in part because of that. Obviously, platinum's not in that shoe. The platinum market came through under that low the other day. And as you can see, now that you're under it, so you have a market that's void of a trend. This is a vertical price drop that never embedded. So gold's giving the warning. The other markets have already, with the exception of copper, which is still bullish, the other markets, platinum and silver, have come down. When we look at the dollar index, you lost the bearish embedded reading today. So anyone short, in my opinion, should have come out today, right against the 18-day average, and you're calling it a day. Okay, a trade to be short may not have worked for you, but the market didn't turn bullish. It's rallied to the 18-day average. If it's going to stop the rally, this is the zone it's going to do it from. So you're in an important area right now. Now, I want to remind you that I have my special report on gasoline that goes off our website tomorrow, Tuesday. To go view it, go to iraepstein.com, energy. You'll see it right on the front page in bright green in the top left. That's the way to do it. If you're a paid subscriber, you've had your notice to go in your member login area and look at it. I am of the opinion if you can get a bust now in gasoline prices, consider it from the long side. You'll see why, where I point things out. If it doesn't give the break that I'm hoping it does, c'est la vie. It's that simple. I'm Ira Epstein. I'll catch up with you all tomorrow. You take care.